What a world we live in where a prince, a son of the reigning monarch, can knock on a door in London looking for a friend and end up mocked in headlines like some clueless wanderer. But that's exactly what happened to Prince Harry during his recent visit to the UK. And once again the British press proved how far they'll go to belittle and ridicule a man they can't control anymore. This wasn't a scandal, this wasn't a blunder, this was a very human moment twisted into tabloid trash. And today, we're calling it out. So here's what really went down. Prince Harry, dressed smartly in a blue suit, tireless but dignified, phone in hand, was seen on a Ring doorbell camera knocking on a door in a quiet, leafy neighbourhood in Fulham. The press had a field day with it. Security blunder, they called it. Confused royal. Embarrassing misadventure. But let's take a step back and ask, what exactly did Harry do wrong? He tried to visit old friends, that's it. According to the reports, he was looking for John and Georgina Vaughan, long-time aristocratic friends whose family has owned the Courtfield estate for centuries. But it turns out the house is now being rented to a Spanish family. The Vaughans no longer live there. So Harry got the address wrong. Big deal. Are we really pretending that looking for a friend in a neighbourhood you haven't visited in years is headline-worthy? Because if that's a crime, half of London is guilty. And yet, the media pounced. The same media that drove his mother to her death. The same media that Meghan had to sue for publishing a private letter. The same media that has been obsessed with destroying the Sussexes since the moment they stepped away from that archaic institution. They came for Harry again. Over a door knock. But let's talk about what this moment really reveals. Prince Harry walked alone in London because he has been stripped of his security. Let that sink in. The man served 2 tours in Afghanistan. He's received credible threats. His wife has faced racist abuse. His children's safety has been questioned. And still, the British government refuses to give him the protection that comes with being a senior royal. Harry didn't walk those Fulham streets confused. He walked them vulnerable. He walked them as a man who has been forced to defend his right to safety in court. He walked them as a father, a husband and a son who once again has to prove to the country of his birth that his life matters. And still, they mock him. One neighbour said they felt sorry for him, that he looked like a man out of place, lost in time. But how could he not be? London was once his home. Now it's a place where even his old friends are gone, his memories are scattered, and his own father refuses to pick up the phone. According to Harry, King Charles, yes, the King, won't even speak to him over this security issue. Let that sit with you. His own father, who is battling cancer, can't find it in his heart to have a conversation with his son, all because Harry dared to fight for the safety of his wife and children. This is the cost of truth in the royal world, and Harry is paying it in full. They say Harry ordered Deliveroo to the friend's house he was staying at, and they tried to spin that into some contradiction. Oh, if he was scared for his safety, why is he ordering takeout? Do these people hear themselves? Is that where we are now? Policing what a man eats to determine whether his fear is valid? It's pathetic. It's insulting. And it shows you just how little empathy the media, and frankly parts of that royal institution, have for someone who dared to break the silence. Harry and Meghan stepped away from royal life to survive, not to rebel, not to get rich, to survive. And yet every move they make is scrutinised. Every moment is twisted. When Meghan shows kindness, she's called manipulative. When Harry tries to reconnect with friends, he's mocked. When they tell their truth, they're branded as traitors. But let me tell you something, there's nothing traitorous about protecting your family. There's nothing weak about asking for security. There's nothing shameful about knocking on a door to find a familiar face. Harry's walk through Fulham wasn't a blunder, it was a symbol. It was a reminder that this man, once the golden boy of the royal family, has been pushed so far out that he has to search for scraps of connection in a place that now treats him like an outsider. And for what? Because he refused to let the monarchy destroy the woman he loves, because he dared to marry a biracial woman who spoke her mind, because he chose healing over tradition. Make it make sense. But the truth is it does make sense when you realise how deeply the system needs scapegoats. When you realise that Harry and Meghan's independence threatens an institution built on silence, suppression and outdated privilege. Their love, their honesty, their courage, it exposes the lies. It exposes the rot. And that's why they're attacked. But no matter how many headlines they print, no matter how many blurry ring cam images they publish, they'll never break the truth of who Harry is. He's a husband. He's a father. He's a man who walked away from the palace walls not because he was weak, but because he was brave enough to say enough. He is not perfect. He doesn't pretend to be. But he is real. And in a world full of smoke and mirrors, that's a revolutionary act. Prince Harry's security error in UK left residents stunned, and feeling sorry for confused Duke King Charles' youngest son, was apparently searching for an old friend. Prince Harry's latest blunder has caused waves among residents of a Fulham street, who admitted they felt sorry for him. The Duke of Sussex was pictured by a Ring doorbell camera fruitlessly knocking on a door while looking for a friend while visiting the UK in an attempt to regain a taxpayer-funded security detail. Harry, sporting a tireless blue suit and clutching a phone to his ear, is thought to have tried multiple doors on the leafy London street. King Charles's youngest son was apparently searching for old aristocrat pals John and Georgina Vaughan. The Daily Mail has claimed John Vaughan, whose family have owned the plush Courtfield estate in Herefordshire since the 16th century, works as a property investor, while Georgina is an artist. However, residents of the street have now suggested whoever the Duke was trying to contact no longer lived there, as they shed further light on the unusual scenes. They revealed that while the Vaughans still own the property, it is now rented to a Spanish family. One neighbour speculated Harry was trying to remember either the parents or his friend who lived at the top of the road. The people he knew have long gone and moved elsewhere. I think he got the numbers muddled up. I wondered what he was doing wandering around our street, they said, according to the Daily Mail. Taking sympathy on the confused royal, they assured, if he'd knocked on my door, I would have invited him in and said, I can give you all the information you need. But he didn't knock on my door, and I just feel very sorry for him, they added. Reflecting on how Harry had ended up in the embarrassing mix-up, the neighbour explained, a pub run by a friend of his is close by. I suppose he just walked from there to here. He has been seen in the area before. He used to drink at a pub down the road from here, another resident corroborated. They also revealed the prince's misadventure had become a talking point on the street's WhatsApp group. The Duke of Sussex was staying in the UK while attempting to have a decision that downgraded his taxpayer-funded protection detail overturned. Harry had previously claimed his life was at stake without the security. Harry and his immediate family lost out the protection afforded to working royals after they stepped down from that role 5 years ago, leaving him potentially facing up to £1.5 million in expenses for his security personally. After the failure of his legal quest, the royal undertook a bombshell interview with the BBC. In the interview, the Duke claimed that the King won't speak to me because of this security stuff, and that he did not know how much longer my father has, in reference to Charles' ongoing cancer treatment. While in the UK, the Prince also seemed to challenge his own estimations of an imminent security risk by ordering a Deliveroo delivery to a friend's house he was staying at. So next time you see a headline mocking Harry, remember what's really happening. This isn't about a wrong door. This is about a man trying to reconnect with a past that's been taken from him while protecting a future that the system still wants to deny him. And here on Royal Sussex Squad, we see through it all. We don't fall for the distractions. We stand with Harry and Meghan, not because they're perfect, but because they're principled. Because they've endured more than most of us ever will, and still they rise. If you believe in what we're doing, if you believe in love over hate, in truth over tabloids, in justice over tradition, then make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Share this video, leave a comment. And if you want to help us keep telling these stories, hit that super thanks button and support us directly. Because together we are louder than the smear campaigns. Together we are stronger than the lies. Until next time, stay bold, stay kind, and never stop standing up for what's right. Peace and love, always.